What if your mind could stay calm in the middle of chaos? Does it ever feel like your mind is working against you? In a world that seems to be in constant crisis, from global uncertainty to personal turmoil, it's easy to feel pulled in 1,000 directions by fear, anxiety, and the actions of others. Our focus gets shattered, our peace is stolen, and we feel powerless against the chaos. But what if there was a battle-tested guide to finding inner peace? A guide written not by a guru in a quiet retreat, but by a man who ruled the most powerful empire on earth through constant war and a devastating plague. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, faced crises that would break most people. Yet, in the stolen moments of his day, often in a military tent on the frozen frontiers of his empire, he developed a mental discipline for mastering his own mind. The private journal he wrote for himself, which we now know as Meditations, was never meant to be published. It was his personal toolkit for inner peace in the middle of chaos. And the strategies he used are just as powerful today as they were nearly 2,000 years ago. This is the Stoic guide he wrote for himself on how to accept the present and master your reactions to anything. To understand why his philosophy is so powerful, you have to see the world he was living in. His reign wasn't one of peace, it was relentless crisis. From 161 to 180 AD, the Roman Empire was ravaged by the Antonine Plague, likely smallpox. At its peak, it claimed thousands of lives each day. The total death toll reached millions. The plague hollowed out the army, the economy, and the population. And at the same time, enemy tribes were attacking Rome's borders, and even a trusted general betrayed him, declaring himself emperor. Plague, war, betrayal, collapse. This was Marcus Aurelius's reality. And yet he remained calm. He built a mental fortress stronger than any wall. He practiced disciplines that allowed him to not only endure crisis, but to lead with wisdom. The first of these was the discipline of perception. Marcus realized that events don't make us suffer. Our judgments about those events do. He wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. It isn't the traffic jam that makes you angry, it's your judgment that it's ruining your day. It isn't a critical comment that causes fear, it's your belief that it means you've failed. The events themselves are neutral. The suffering is something we add in our minds. This is the Stoic dichotomy of control. There are things we can control and things we can't. We can't control the weather, the economy, or other people. Marcus couldn't control the plague, but he could control his thoughts, his judgments, and his reactions. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When something happens that triggers you, pause. Ask yourself, is this in my control? If it's not, release it. Focus on your judgment instead. See the event just as it is, without the story, without the drama. A cancelled flight is just a change of plans. A market drop is just a fluctuation in numbers. When you strip events of emotional exaggeration, you reclaim your peace." The second discipline is the discipline of action. Once you control your perception, you act, but not out of impulse. Marcus taught that the right action is always rooted in duty and virtue. He faced endless crises, but he never froze in fear. Instead, he focused on what could be done right now. He wrote, "You have to assemble your life yourself, action by action. and be satisfied if each one achieves its goal. In a world overwhelmed by distraction and anxiety, this is revolutionary. Forget the entire staircase. Just take the next step. Do what you can with what's in front of you right now. He reminded himself daily, I have to go to work, as a human being. His work wasn't just ruling Rome, it was living by virtue. He believed we were all made for one another, that our actions should serve the common good. He said, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Every word, every choice, every gesture should be aligned with integrity. That's the discipline of action. The third discipline is the will, the ability to accept what you cannot change. Marcus faced death, loss, and betrayal constantly, but he didn't fight against reality. He embraced it. This is the Stoic principle of Amor Fati, love of fate. He wrote, accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. This isn't resignation, it's power. Because when you stop resisting life, you start mastering it. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity to practice virtue. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus believed every hardship carried a hidden gift. The treachery of others, a chance to practice forgiveness, the chaos of life, a chance to practice calm. Even suffering could become strength if met with the right mindset. This is what he meant when he said, to bear this worthily is good fortune. When you can accept everything that happens as part of your training, then nothing can truly break you. He also practiced what he called the view from above. When life closed in around him, he imagined rising high above the earth, seeing the cities, the people, the wars, and the quiet lives below. From that height, his problems shrank into perspective. He wrote about seeing the immeasurable span of the past and the yawning gulf of the future into which all things vanish. From the cosmic view, our worries lose their weight. Every argument, every anxiety becomes small against the backdrop of time. From above, you see that we are all temporary and all connected. It brings humility and peace. Finally, Marcus practiced memento mori. Remember you will die. He wrote, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This isn't morbid, it's liberating. It reminds us that life is short, that every breath is borrowed, and that every moment counts. When you remember death, you stop wasting time on trivial things. You stop caring about petty arguments, social status, or perfection. You begin to live with clarity. He said, think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. Memento mori gives us urgency, courage, and gratitude. It's not death we should fear, Marcus said, but never beginning to live. These ancient disciplines, perception, action, and will, are not just philosophy, they are practical tools for the mind. Used daily, they build a calm, focused, and resilient spirit. Marcus Aurelius ruled through unimaginable crisis, but his peace came not from control over the world, but from mastery of himself. He practiced perception, to see clearly, action, to live with purpose, and will, to accept life as it is. He used the view from above to stay humble, and memento mori to live intentionally. We can do the same. Our world may look different, but the inner battle is the same. We can train our minds, protect our peace, and stay strong no matter the crisis. The power to do that is, and always has been, within you. If this message from Marcus Aurelius resonated with you, remember, peace isn't something you find. It's something you train. If you'd like to keep exploring ancient wisdom and the modern mind, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Mindrose. We share new insights every week, lessons from philosophy, psychology, and history, to help you understand your mind and transform your life. And if you want to keep the reflection going, watch our next video. Thank you for watching.